Good evening, all. Welcome to this nice cool evening.
Yes,
This meeting will be live streamed through the campus Facebook page. Persons attending will be kept electronically and seated in the public seating area, with the exclusion of the first row, where any speech may pick up and broadcast. A fire alarm drill is not planned. In the event that the alarm stands, please make your way out of the building using a staircase to the meeting point in Red Light Yard and await further instruction. Councillors are reminded that to avoid the risk of being seen as predetermined or biased, they should consider all debate prior to deciding on how to vote on items of business. Urgent items for information only can be brought to the attention of the committee at the discretion of the chairman. Again, the committee, no decision can be taken on items not detailed on the public agenda. And please ensure mobile phones are turned off. The support is silent. Thank you. I find apologies perhaps.
None.
No. Okay. Item 2. Declarations of interest. To receive disclosures of interest from councillors on matters to be considered information. The disclosure shall include the nature of the interest. If the member becomes aware during the course of the meeting and the interest has not been disclosed, they must do so in the meeting. Public participation. To receive questions or comments from members of the public. Please note that decisions cannot be made on items not detailed on the agenda. I'll just pause in case there's anybody in the public who would like to say something. Thank you. Members' questions to receive questions from members regarding work in the committee. Yes, Kate.
Oh, thank you, Councillor Leach. Yes, a couple of things to report, really, I suppose. Firstly, let me say that I attended the Great Western Conference. It was the Stakeholders Conference in Swindon on the 2nd of July. Well, actually, the 1st and 2nd of July I was there. So that was really interesting. And I can always let Madam Clark have the full list of items. But what I want to say to you all is that you get an opportunity. The first up is the usual introduction and film and various things by the chair, and then there's a question and answer session. So I got in first, which is what you've got to do. No point being second in the meeting. You've got to get in there first, put your hand up first and say it. So I made the case for Oakhampton, and what we might call here the Parkway, also known on signs as the interchange. I raised that issue, and the issue that's raised with me by members of the public, as colleagues will run around the table, is there are no toilet facilities there. So that was raised. So I raised that, and it's quite interesting. The people who were chairing it, I called it quite rightly, as I should have done. I called it the interchange. But when they responded to me, they said, "Michael, it's a parkway." So there was quite interesting, quite funny. And I let them go, "A parkway," and so we don't have toilets there. So I thought, well, what do we have? So that's quite interesting. So all I want to say to you is I raised the issue which is being mentioned to me a lot in town, because I'm here as a councillor, and what I'm supposed to represent, as you all are, is the townspeople's interest. And this is the issue that's raising me. I would honestly say to you, during the daytime, I would say that at least five times during the day, I will be asked about that issue, about the parkway, interchange, and its lack of facilities. The other point was raised with me today about the interchange parkway is apparently it hasn't opened yet. I know the trains that we know, some of those of you who go on it, slow down there. getting ready for this. So people say to me, Michael, when's it going to open? So I can tell you truthfully from the Great Western Conference when this question was asked, August they say, but they didn't give a date. So the people who are fronting the meeting said August this year. So that's what I can tell you about that. So I've done my best to answer that question, which is the public question to me, when is it going to open, Michael? So that's my answer to that. So I've got the agenda which I can drop if she wants to copy so she can see what was discussed there. But I think it's a very worthwhile thing for us to go to. And I've got a number of different, well, what do people say, you're supposed to wear all these different hats, aren't you? A number of different things I could be. But I raised my question as an Oakhampton Town Councillor. So I thought that was important to raise it as a town concern. As a councillor, I could have done chair or whatever, but I thought that would be the best way. So I've done my best for you there. And then finally, before I give way, is that some of the reported to me, was it today or yesterday? I don't know, today reported to me was already the interchange waiting area, small waiting area for the occasional bus that might come through, is that it's been vandalised already. I don't know if colleagues know that, but apparently those who've got around there, I've seen a note from one of my young friends. Is that correct, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Huge pane of glass smashed at the back of the bus stop.
Thank you. I haven't actually seen it. Quite bad. So that's already before it's open. So I don't know what we can do, but I thought these are important points, and thank you for raising that with me, and that we note, because townspeople are interested in this, and so they look at minutes and see this, and know that we're on the case and we're trying to do something. But what I can do about that broken glass, I suppose, whether there's anything that's non-breakable there, I'm not sure. All I can suggest is Great Western. I'm not sure we can do it, but it's a real concern.
We can ask the question, is the same correct? Rather than Great Western, yeah.
Oh, never road. Yeah, anyway.
As far as I know, the bus stop is
On the bus stop there, is it?
It's the same.
Yeah,
And we can
I will be asked, Michael, what happened at council. So, you're saying to Mr. Chair, you ask the question of PCC. Yeah?
Yes,
Thank you.
and also to ask, why isn't it why isn't it extra hard?
Thank you.
So it's just a question.
Thank you very, very much. That's lovely. Right, colleagues, thanks for your indulgence.
Any other questions? Thank you. Item 6, planning applications for consideration. So 1 till 4 for 26 historic application creation of parking area in front garden 22 Leopold's and okay. It's the plan and from someone who lives not that far away up that hill, to get 2 cars off that road will be brilliant. I came down tonight and nearly had reversed all the way back up there because someone came in the corner and wouldn't give it back. So comments on that? Yes.
Yeah, I'm quite familiar with that road myself, and I agree with you. The double parking up there is quite bad sometimes, and I think any chance we've got to get more vehicles off of that road, the better. And this plan looks like a perfectly reasonable plan to me. There's massive back gardens, so the front gardens are generally not really used for much of anything, and I fully support this.
From a slightly different perspective, my own slight concern is public interest, because essentially it is losing a public car parking space and creating 2 private ones. So that was my only concern about that property. There are others, properties that have already got this. Yes, it's not a thing. I thought I'd just put in the alternative concerns that people might raise. In fact, it's perhaps not necessarily in the public interest.
It could be argued that there's a garage which is probably underutilised on Saturday. We go back not many years, there was one family, once they had priority where they actually had 5 cars to that house. So it's
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes. Firstly, I would say I welcome the fact that an actual application has been made. I'm sure colleagues around our table can see, I can certainly see, walking down from where I live, Mr. Chair, that there are areas which are suddenly car parks, which were once gardens or whatever, and they are concreted over, and just, we never see them in the planning committee. So in one sense, I welcome the fact that they've made the application to us, because an awful lot of people do not make any application. Quite, I wouldn't say too much, but near in my area, let's put it, that's the best way to put it, the whole area, both front and rear, has been totally concreted over, or whatever you do, and so that has serious effects on the environment. So I'm concerned really of this constant growth of the car and the car parking spaces, the impact on the environment, which should be a concern to all of us. Regretfully, it's sometimes not, but that's my only concern about environmental. But I'm glad to see they made an application, because that's quite rare. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I've got a proposal. Can I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
What was the proposal? Was that a proposal? Was it?
Yes,
Yeah, that's the
all in favour?
I want to abstain, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. We could make a note just to say that the officer haven't looked at the actual makeup of what they're going to put down, but that it does comply with SAD's suburban, wherever it is, drainage. What's the other?
Can't remember.
No, it's gone. It's just there. Yes,
Scheme.
but it's still drainage. But if we could make a note. Thank you. Then, seven. Premises license application. Red line. Kathy, board sits the line out to the supplier for the supply of alcohol on the premises, Monday to Saturday, 9 to 22:30 hours. We do have, just for those who just look at the premises license application guidance, West End. So if anyone, but West End, whoever wants to call it in, you have to be able to pick up one of those 4 items. If it's, you've got to say, interesting.
Obviously, I don't see anything, the police have commented or not, but my only slight concern would have been prevention of public nuisance simply because of it is a residential yard, it is a residential area with flats above in the lower part of the yard. But having said that, it's very much a thoroughfare, and there is sort of full CCTV and everything else down there. So, in the absence of any information from the police comment, that would have been my only thought, but it's not particularly serious thought, simply because I think there's probably enough prevention or protection in place anyway, if anything else to happen.
I welcome this application. I think it's something that's been a long time coming. I think that we should be encouraging anyone that comes up with an idea for improving the nighttime economy of Oakhampton, and this should be welcomed. If you walk through a Red Line yard at 7 o'clock in the evening, when families are about, cyclists are about, you will very often see, when the good weather's here and it's cool, people sat on the benches, drinking cans of wine or beer and eating their fish and chips. And if a local business can make good money out of doing that and provide more employment for the area, I'm all in favour. I take on board the inconvenience to the people that live above the area. That is something that we have to take into consideration. But then when you listen to the noise of the people leaving the cinema after with all the excitement and all that lot, it's the same argument that could be had for that. So I welcome this and I propose that we support it wholeheartedly.
And it is for supply on the premises, not off.
Yeah, but their premises
Well,
are extended outside.
I believe what I've read, it just says on the premises. Just because their table spread written like, yeah, that may not be covered.
Yeah, I agree with Councillor Cummings entirely. I think it would be difficult to turn this down, and there are other restaurants that are serving alcohol at the same time periods over the same days. So, yeah, I'd like to second Councillor Cummings' proposal.
Okay. Okay.
I just want to make a brief comment. As someone who certainly before council meetings and so forth goes down that area of the vineyard and often goes to the fish and chip shop, what has not been mentioned by the colleagues who supported this is there is at certain times, and I've witnessed this myself, quite serious social disorder there with people outside drinking and so forth, and fighting and dogs fighting and all sorts of things. So I have seen some disorder. It's not, oh yes, it's all sort of rather good and there is no problem, because there eventually will be problems. I just wanted to raise that we are aware that there are other issues that happen there, and I see it. Thank you.
Yes.
Just to come back on that one, that's consistent with anywhere in the town. That's not one-off in the Red Line Yard. That's consistent right the way around the town. I had to tell two lads I sat on the bench trying to playing a cigarette lighter outside the garage is by my house tonight. So I get, you walk through the town. We are very, very lucky in this town. We get very antisocial criminal behaviour compared to many of the other areas around the area. You go over to Tavistock, it's a wonderful area, but sometimes in the day and the evening, the antisocial behaviour that goes on is far greater than what we ever see, and the graffiti that you see around the area is far, far greater than this area. And in the Red Line Yard where those people are, if these people are serving alcohol and protecting their licence, they will chase those people away.
Yes.
They also have quite good CCTVs as well. So and a second, all in favour.
I'd just like to see
Well, I'm sure. Thank you. I just want to bring to the attention of the committee that I was told on Thursday this might be the case, but that came from outside our area, that the government decision about local government reorganisation in unitaries, the announcement is supposed to come out this Wednesday. If it comes out this Wednesday, Western members are having a briefing on Thursday. I don't want to say it because it's coming our way, whatever happens. Okay, thank you very much. I close this meeting at 10 to 7.